Well, a very good afternoon from Diocesan School for Girls in Auckland. It is round 2 of New Zealand Water Polo's National League. 2 of our top women's sides. Today, it is the Central Southern Penguins in green taking on the Northern Albatross in black on what we expect to be a close gladiatorial type encounter. Now, joining me in commentary this afternoon is Albatross, the man from Hungary, who these days is our men's national head coach. Zoli, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to this?
Yes, very much so. I think it's going to be a great game. I think the Penguins are coming in with the desire to win. They had a tough game last week, and I think there'll be a great battle. 2
epic games yesterday in the men's. Do you think the women can live up to that?
I think they can. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, we'll go now to the official team introductions. Don't go away. Once we introduce the teams, we are into it. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to week 2, round 2 of New Zealand Water Polo's National League. Looking forward to this encounter. 2 wonderful sides. We've got the Central Southern Penguins in green taking on the might of the Northern Albatross in black. Let's introduce our 2 teams for you, starting with the Green Machine. Number 1, Josie Persico. Number 2, Bella Morrison. Number 3, Evie Mills. Number 4, Annabelle Norris. Wearing the number 5, Jess Aitken. Number 6, Eve Weston. And the number 7, Ella Pollock. Number 8, Malia Jefferson. Number 9, Georgia Reed. Number 10, Violet Perry. Wearing the number 11, Jess Shorter Robinson. Number 12, Bailey Reddish. Their coach is Megan Thompson. Their other coach is Gabby Olapu. And now, the Northern Albatross, the team in black. Wearing number 1, Samantha Bright. Number 2, Emily Nicholson. Number 3, Bernadette Doyle. Number 5, Millie Quinn. Number 6, Claudia Morgan. Number 7, Benny Catlin. Number 8, Katie McGinty. Wearing the number 9 is Kate Henderson. Number 10, Caitlin Howarth. Number 11, Olivia Pickering. Number 12, Sarah Stewart. And number 13, Isla Martin Hill. Their coach, Angie Winstanley Smith. And let's a big warm round of applause for our officials. Our 2 referees today are Corwin Hall, John Waldo, our technical delegate, Ryan McEwen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Central Southern Penguins taking on the Northern Albatross. So the 2 sides have formally been introduced and star-studded teams on both sides or both ends of the pool. Zoli Boris, the national men's head coach, joining me today as our expert comments. Let's just run through this Northern Albatross side because some marquee players here. Let's talk about Bernadette Doyle. If they shut Bernadette Doyle, do they go close to winning this game, the Penguins?
Possibly, but I mean, you know, the Albatross, they've got so much more than Bernie. I think we've got loads of experience with the goalkeeper, Emily Nicholson, Benny Caitlin, Katie McKenty, Caitlin Howarth. You know, it's a very good lineup, and they lost narrowly last week, 11-9.
Okay.
And I think they'll be coming in very motivated, super enthusiastic. We don't need to introduce the coach, Angie Winstanley Smith, who has worked very closely with Megan Thompson on the other side. So it's a great battle on all fronts.
Let's look at the Central Southern Penguins because plenty of experience. And when we talk about experience, that is important, particularly if it gets close, particularly when we get into that 4th quarter. But let's talk about... Sorry, let's just talk about Bella Morrison. Has played overseas, played in Italy.
That's right. She is a powerful centre forward, not afraid to take the outside shot. She can play centre back as well. I think she's played in that position for the last couple of years, and supported by a quite young cast, but but very, very strong. Got a couple of players there from Canterbury: Annabelle Norris, Jess Aiken, Eve Weston, Malia Josephson, Tauranga, who is a great outside shooter. She was very vocal last week, talking to the younger players, giving direction. And then Violet Perry, who has moved to Auckland from Christchurch a couple of years ago, and she scored 3 goals last week. And Evie Mills and Bailey Reddish from Wellington.
So this is week 2 of the Premier League, and great to have Albatross alongside of us, bringing you all the analysis. Clearly has a very good understanding of the talent on display. So there is Angie Winstanley giving her last instructions. One of the big challenges for the teams in this Premier League, and both the men's and the women's side, is the lack of time together and therefore possibly the lack of cohesion.
That's correct. I mean, if you look at the team I coach, and we've had 2 games, and we don't get to spend time together at all. I've got my players come from the Wellington region, some from Canterbury, Tauranga, Auckland, so you have very limited time to do your team talk well. I mean, we've been messaging the team through various forums. We've got Huddle, which is a fantastic platform where we get to share videos and try to learn about each other. Just little things make a world of difference, where you won the ball, etc.
So we saw there Malia Josephson wearing the number 8 cap for the Central Southern Penguins. So they are the team in green. They'll be starting from right to left as you look at the screen. Diocesan School for Girls is the venue, and we have another wonderful game to look forward to. Following this at 2 o'clock this afternoon, the youthful exuberance of the New Zealand Premier Junior Women taking on the might of the Auckland Gulls. But we are set for a start. Round 2, New Zealand Water Polo's Premier League. Our officials, our referees, Corbin Hall and Ryan McEwen. And we are underway. So Violet Perry challenging for the ball in the number 10 cap, and it will be, in fact, the Central Southern Penguins who will have first use of the ball, and that is through Bailey Reddish. So immediately onto attack, trying to get some idea of the defensive setup. The shot comes, good save though, coming from Samantha Bright.
Good stop by the goalie there. Near corner shot.
Oh, nice entry pass. The shot comes. Can they score early? What do the referees say? Exclusion. So 6 on 5. Wonderful, quick thinking. Now, just got to be patient here. It goes through Caitlin Howarth. Bernadette Doyle in the number 3 cap. But they turn possession over, and it will be Josie Persico who will get play back underway. What are you noticing about the defence of the Northern Albatross?
They're playing a zone defence from the 2-3-4 positions, and they're inviting the Penguins for a shot, which is working so far. 2 from 2.
Yeah,
good blocks and good goalie blocks at the end of it, For goalkeepers, it's so crucial to have good blocks in front of them. But there's a fast break.
Yeah, that's what we're noticing. Certainly playing with a lot more speed at the moment. And that is good play from Millie Quinn. And it will be Quinn. And goes straight to Kate Henderson. Henderson back to Quinn. Quinn with the shot, but easily picked off by Persico. So, very fast-flowing game.
It is, and if you look at the Albatross team, they had 2 fast breaks, Bernie Doyle on the right, and then Millie Quinn, who's a very fast young player, on the left. 2 attacks, 2 fast breaks, but good stoppage there by Persico.
Okay, so decide to go down to the right, come back to Reed. In fact, it is Malia Josephson with the shot, but again, Bright, too good. She gets across, covers that right-hand side of the goal.
22nd possession there with the corner throw for the Penguins.
So it will be still possession for the Penguins. So really, when it comes to looking at this game, if you're new to water polo, combination really between sort of football and basketball in terms of sort of the setup and the position. First effort, great shot. And Malia Josephson, I think it is, who scores the first goal of this game.
Very well executed. They drove through the zone defense. From the two position, Malia stepped in for a shot.
So, what can Kate Henderson do? And immediately to Bernadette Doyle. Back to Doyle. Does Doyle take the shot? She's looking for the opening. It's not there. Good defence from the Penguins.
They're playing a zone as well on number 2, Emily
Doyle.
Nicholson.
Oh, gets the shot. Nice little block there once again from Josie Persico. So good defence. The Central Southern Penguins, a much improved performance from last week. So, looking to just be a little bit more patient. Plenty of work going on there. Great to see that Katie McGinty working over the centre forward. They look for the little entry pass. Is it on? What do the referees say? No, turnover of possession. Good defence from the Penguins. From the Albatross, I should say. So, they come back up now, looking to play with pace. Immediately find Doyle. Doyle, does she take the shot? Does she go on her own? Blocked. Nicely blocked by Malia Jofferson. And Persico in goal. Busy so far, and we're only 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. So,
exclusion.
Another exclusion.
20-second exclusion.
6 on 5.
It's the first one for the Penguins.
Yeah. Nicely worked indeed by Bernadette Doyle and, in fact, Evie Mills and Ella Pollock. They're in the middle of the pool. The shot comes, blocked though, by Samantha Bright. But they pick up the corner, do they?
Yes, corner throw.
So 20 seconds again. And it will be Bailey Reddish. She gets some support now coming across from Malia Jofferson. Does she decide to go to Jofferson? Just to hold up and play.
According to the new rules, you can come in from the corner and attack and take the shot if you like.
Okay, so those field blockers need to get themselves in place. But it is, the shot comes and it's off the upright, turnover in possession. Somewhat of a desperation type shot. But a good defence again from the Northern Albatross. Almost a press type defence, just pushing them back. Now looking to play with a little bit more speed. Come back across by Katie McGinty. McGinty finds Doyle. Doyle. Does Doyle take the shot? She goes to McGinty. That is good play. Great entry pass. Good water polo. Caitlin Howarth, the goal scorer. And we're tied up at 1 each.
Excellent fast break again. Bernie Doyle starting it with an explosive counter right on the shot. And during the transition, they got a 20-second exclusion, which was well executed.
Play back underway. And it is Evie Mills. Mills. Just a little fake, but offensive foul. And so that'll be frustrating Angie Winstanley. Another squandered opportunity as we see Bailey Reddish bring the ball back up. In fact, my apologies, Bernadette Doyle with the ball. Both teams at the moment. Sort of unforced type errors.
Another fast break again, going from both wings, right and left.
So
beautiful cross pass. I think the Penguins were claiming it was inside 2 metre. It didn't seem to be their way.
So 2-1 now. Central Southern Penguins looking to try and bring it back. Nice entry pass. Oh, good little flick, good little out of the backhand, but great defence from Emily Nicholson. She read it well. Bella Morrison there. Somewhat of a wayward pass. Easily picked up by Malia Jofferson in defence. Once again, it will be the Southern Penguins looking to try and bring it back and square it up to 2-2. And again, happy with this sort of zone defence at the moment. Now start to come forward, putting a little bit of pressure on the ball carrier. And so Evie Mills out to Malia Jofferson. So very good defence from the Northern Albatross.
Another great block by Samantha Bright, and then
So what do the referees
Fast
say?
break.
So there we go, chance here. Good play. Surely the shot comes. The shot comes. No, great defence. Great defence for Malia Jofferson. She's a busy player. Bernadette Doyle has the shot. She has the opening. She takes it. 3-1. Has it been ruled a goal? It has. So 3-1. She's a quality player, isn't she, Bernadette Doyle? Had a scoring opportunity moments earlier. Didn't quite feel that she had the opportunity.
A couple of good fakes there by Bernadette Doyle and putting a plaster block into the near corner. Impossible for the goalkeeper to cover.
So you are watching the Premier League Week 2. It is the Central Southern Penguins in green up against the Northern Albatross in black. Good pressure, good defence coming from the Albatross. It's good play from Caitlin Howarth in defence, wearing the number 10 cap in black. Shutting the options down here for the Penguins. Now the shot comes and they score this time through Evie Mills.
Great shot by Evie Mills. The Albatross slightly switching things up. They're starting with the press and then going into a zone. Evie moved in very quick, recognised there was some space there. Great finish.
Now looking to bring it forward is Claudia Morgan. Go back across. Morgan to Bernadette Doyle. Doyle, another little fake. This time, execution's not there. Looking for that entry pass, but well read. Good defence. They're hanging in at 3-2. Chance to tie it up.
The Penguins have swapped the centre forward. Bella Morrison having a rest. Annabelle Norris in the centre there, trying to get into a good position. Well covered for now.
Pass picked off. Chance now at the other end of the pool. It's Emily Nicholson who gets away with it. She looks for support, finds Bernadette Doyle. She's got her fellow teammates now moving down onto that right wing side. The shot could come here potentially from Sarah Stewart. Stewart, no, decides to lay back into the middle. Then the shot comes, and that is just quality water polo. Great communication, great understanding. And once again, it is Bernadette Doyle. And now that lead, 4-2. Great play, though, also from Emily Nicholson in the number 2 cap.
Very interesting. Sarah Stewart, a lefty, from one left to another. Bernie Doyle moved in slightly. Sarah Stewart, fantastic pass.
And we'll talk about that press defence. That's what you're seeing, and then they go back into more of that zone defence. And so Ella Pollock is at the first timeout. That timeout being called from Angie Winstanley. So maybe just wanting to slow things down, change some of the momentum a little bit. Why do you think she's called the timeout? What will she be saying, Zolly Barros?
Megan called the timeout, I think. This is a great opportunity. She can sense 30 seconds left from the quarter. It's a turning point. You could go into the second quarter with 1 goal down if you convert. If not, you know, this gives your team a wee bit of a rest. You have a minute to talk things through and then swim up there and hopefully finish with a good shot.
Right. A lot of animation from Megan Thompson. Gabby Olapu is also part of the coaching staff. So they'll come back into the middle of the pool, but they're still in this contest, the Central Southern Penguins. Albatross probably playing with more speed, maybe a little bit more athleticism. You've seen the Central Southern Penguins looking to just slow things down, play a little bit more from the perimeter. They go down that right-hand side again. Now, good zone defence at the moment. Now start to come forward and press a little bit more. Good pressure. Once again, shot clock running down. The shot does come, but picked off in the finish by Samantha Bright. And that is the end of the first quarter, is it?
7 seconds to go.
7 seconds. Sorry, I just thought I heard the buzzer. Sometimes our clock is out a little bit. Here we go now. The big, long, lofty, hopeful shot. The Hail Mary doesn't go in. So, at the end of the first quarter, it is the Central Southern Penguins who trail the Northern Albatross 4-2. Zoli Barros, the National New Zealand men's head coach, the man from Hungary originally, bringing us all the expert analysis. Sum that quarter up.
I think the Penguins did really well in the first 4 minutes. The Albatross had to play a zone defense on Bella Morrison, which didn't seem to work well for them. The Penguins scored 2 goals from the 6-on-6 situation. Unfortunately, they couldn't convert their 6-on-5s. They had a couple, but they're playing without a left-hander, so they really have to shift to the right to make some room on the left-hand side, but they just couldn't get the ball over on this side. Look, the Albatross, as expected, very strong.
You mentioned the 6-on-5 opportunities when a player is excluded for that 20 seconds. Is there a particular template that you incorporate that is sort of standard in terms of capitalising?
There is, yes. There's a 4-2 setup where you have 4 players in the front row and 2 in the back, or you play a 3-3 where you have 3 front row and in a triangle formation where you have 3 shooters in the back. 3-3 is slightly more risky because if you miss, the opponent can capitalise with a fast break. So it's high risk, high reward. There are more shooting opportunities. This time the Penguins going with the 4-2 formation. They just didn't move the ball enough. But I think they can build on this quarter. They're hanging in there.
Okay, intriguing contest. So we are underway with that second quarter. Have a change in goal. And Isla Martin-Hill will come in for Samantha Bright for the Northern Albatross. So rotating their goalkeepers. We will just confirm that when we do just get a look at the numbers on the caps. So we are underway, second quarter, and it will be first opportunity for the Northern Albatross. I'm happy to go through Katie McGinty, who looks to bring the ball forward. She's got Caitlin Howarth out to her right, but decides to go to the left. Now finds Howarth. The danger of Bernadette Doyle out to that right-hand side. The shot comes, she sees the door open and takes it. Well done to Caitlin Howarth, 5-2 suddenly that score. Great start to the second quarter. Shooting from range. I think a lot of people sort of expecting maybe Bernadette Doyle to be involved in that. And that channel was open. And required perfect execution.
Very difficult catching for a right-hander, ball coming from your left, catching in the air and shooting top corner. Fantastic.
Here, they really can. They bounce back? Can they capitalise through Ella Pollock? Pollock brings it back into the middle. Malia Jofferson, the shot is wide. That is good pressure from the Northern Albatross.
They're back to their zone defense, but they were just too quick getting an arm in the way of the shot.
Do go long. And they score at the other end that quickly. And before we know it, it's 6-2. And Emily Nicholson in the number 2 cap. Well, that'll be a tough pill to swallow for Megan Thompson, the coach. It's not the start she wanted. I suggest they need to be the next goal scorers. But again, just look at that zone defence, just maintaining good shape at the back, not afraid to press up at the front end. Good defence from Emily Nicholson again. She's been a menace, and they just work the ball carrier over and turn possession over. And it now comes back through Millie Quinn. So Quinn up the left-hand side. Challenge is coming from Evie Mills in the green cap in the number 3. Mills, though, just decides to go back. And a little great entry pass, turns the backhand off the upright. Good water polo, unlucky. A wee let off. And so, Josie Persico in goal. I think had a wee nervous moment then. Good defence again. This time, that man on Mandy. Chance, here we go. they take the chance, but not quite the velocity on it. And in the finish, picked off by Isla Martin Hill, is it? That might be in goal at the moment. We'll need to check that. Oh, some niggle going on too. A little bit of frustration. Just short of Robinson. Deciding to work over Katie McGinty on that right-hand side, and still a bit of niggle.
They're playing with two centres at the moment.
Yeah, looking for that little entry pass. They get it, but good defence. And it will be the Southern Penguins who will come away with the ball. It's a tough sport, gladiatorial by nature. If we'd had an underwater camera on, you'd see a lot of stuff that you can't see above the water clearly. So Eve Weston, good pressure defence coming from Millie Quinn. Now we start to see that man-on-man D. And with it, the turnover. And they turn defence into offence. Should be too easy. Great piece of play. Brilliant from Emily Nicholson. That ability under duress to just slow time down and have the fortitude and the mental strength to make that decision. And it is 7-2 as we see Angie Winstanley ring the changes, and Millie Quinn will be one of those, Emily Nicholson will be one of those athletes who will take a wee breather.
Emily Nicholson, wow. The last 3 minutes, a backhand goal, and she scored just now, so very, very strong. The fast break, stopping the fast break will be the key for the Penguins.
Well, they appear to be the fitter side, don't they? They just seem to be a lot more explosive, the Albatross. Just very good defence. They just maintain that shape at the back. They're not getting sort of pulled left or right, as we see Malaya Jofferson just asking more, and just a wayward shot. Good defence again from the Northern Albatross. And so, Olivia Pickering goes back up. A little bit more aggression, and I think it is Ella Pollock in the 7 cap, in the yellow. And good defence from Pollock, because she picks up and forces the offensive foul and the turnover. Now comes down that right-hand side, needs a cast of supporters though. Violet Perry in the 10 cap, well marked, shot. What do the referees say there?
He called a push-off on the attacking player.
So leaning on another player and using them to get some momentum. And so Katie McGinty looking for a shot. And the shot does come, and it comes from the left-hand side this time, and that is through Sarah Stewart. So really it's a bit of a demolition at the moment.
The lefties are on fire.
How do they slow things down here? What do the Southern Penguins have to do to try and shift momentum?
They have to use the 30-second shot clock. They have to move the ball where the centre forward is positioned. So they have to look for the centre forward and get the pass and force the exclusion their way. I think they're just a bit too impatient trying to rush it. But, you know, the Albatross, their press defence is working really well.
Yeah, so it's easy to say, look, you stop rushing it, but sometimes the other side doesn't allow you to slow it down. And this might be a good example of it. But see, and then they're not afraid to play more of his own defence, are they, at times? Just wide. I think the shot was there, the execution just off. 8-2, 3.5 minutes remain, second quarter. You're watching New Zealand Water Polo's Premier League between the Central Southern Penguins in yellow and the Northern Albatross in black. Trying to draw the foul and picks it up. I think it was Bella Morrison in the number 2 cap, back in the pool, experienced player. But Caitlin Howarth finds Sarah Stewart, the left-hander. And nice entry pass, looking for the backhand. Great effort from Olivia Pickering, but well read by Josie Persico in goal. They come now back down the other end of the pool. They really need to be the next team to score if they've any chance of staying in this game. But again, look at that, just press defence. Then backed up by his own defence at the back. So nice combination here. Look at that. Nice entry pass, but just easily picked off. They do get the ball back. The little lob off the upright. And it will be Caitlin Howarth who'll come away with the ball. And Sarah Stewart. How good has she been on that right-hand side? The left-hander looking for Bernadette Doyle. And Doyle looking for the exclusion. In fact, it was Benny Catland. Number 7.
Good steal by the Penguins there.
Katie McGinty in the 8 cap in the black. Doing a good job in terms of that man-on-man, that pressing type defence. And now more pressure goes on Ella Pollock. Pollock just decides to throw it away. And Sarah Stewart goes back to Isla Martin Hill. Sarah Stewart looking for the entry pass and pick up the foul. And now it's Caitlin Howarth.
Good steal.
Claudia Morgan there playing at 6, and much better defence. Playing a lot down that right-hand side. It hasn't been that effective. Maybe bring it back across the left, try and go through the middle, but everywhere they turn there is a black cap. Another example of it. What do the referees say? Bella Morrison with the shot, but it will be ruled out. But they will still retain possession, the Central Southern Penguins.
20-second exclusion.
So Georgia Reid gets play back underway. So it's 6 on 5. They need to capitalise from this. Sort of 3 forward, 3 back. The shot comes over the top though. Frustration. Bella Morrison again, was it? And so Caitlin Howarth, happy just to slow it down. Now comes forward. 2 centre forwards trying to draw the exclusion. Sarah Stewart though on this right hand side. And now switching play. And the big long shot comes, but well read in the finish by Josie Persico in goal.
Bella Morrison earning another exclusion.
So what, she got 2 now, has she? Or she might not. No, good effort, good shot. More enterprise, but just not quite the velocity or the trajectory on that attacking shot. And now they go long as the clock runs down, but comfortably picked off by Josie Persico. So it is half time. Week 2, round 2 of New Zealand Water Polo's Premier League. And it has been a very good quarter for the Northern Albatross, extending that lead out to 8 goals to 2 over the Central Southern Penguins. Let's go, Zoli Barros, inside the camp of the Central Southern Penguins. If you're Megan Thompson, what are you saying to your troops at half-time?
I think they need to stop the counter-attacks. That's number one. We use the term action goal in water polo, which means that you're scoring 6 on 6. It's so demoralizing for your team when the opponent is able to score 6 on 6. So cutting that down is absolutely number one. And then once you've set up 6 on 6, stopping the counter-attack, then you can look at improving your press defense. They have switched to a press defense from the zone earlier. I think it's working for them. You know, sometimes when you play press, that aggression really fires you up and you're in the game, whereas in the zone defense, you're playing slightly off, trying to block the opponent's shot. So I think it's working for them, but really stopping the counter. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, so much to think about. And Angie Winstanley, well, she'll just be wanting, I'd imagine, just some subtle little improvements, some subtle changes. But I think she'd probably be reasonably happy, particularly defensively, with the way her girls are playing.
That's right. I mean, it seems to me when Bella Morrison is in the centre forward position, they play a drop. and then when Bella's out, they play a press. It's quite hard to adjust when you're outside.
Can you just to explain that term? So a drop defence.
That means that they commit more than one player to mark the centre forward and inviting the opponent for a shot. So they're clearly wanting the Penguins to shoot from the right-hand side and double teaming Bella. And for the reason being, when Bella got the ball twice at the end of the quarter, she earned 2 exclusions. So that's what the press defense is for. And you know, the Penguins got the man up twice. They couldn't convert. But look, I think this could still turn into a really good game. This was a 4-0 second quarter by the Albatross.
Okay, so they trail by 6. The Central Southern Penguins, they will swap ends of the pool. So it will be the Central Southern Penguins playing from left to right as you watch this. Just want to acknowledge our sponsors of New Zealand Water Polo, Delphina Sport, of course, wonderful apparel. Tyler Martin, founder of that company, playing on the men's yesterday. Also Cap 7, the ball supplier for New Zealand Water Polo. So Delphina Sport, skysportnext, Digimasters, Sport New Zealand. And we are underway. And it will be first opportunity for the Northern Albatross with the first possession. And they come forward quickly, don't they? You just sort of sense immediately as a lovely little entry pass looking for Emily Nicholson. And it is a penalty, is it? It is. So scoring opportunity here, Bernadette Doyle. Well, she should just step up and get the job done. She's a quality player, and she does. And that score now extends out to 9 goals to 2.
Great turn by the centre forward. The Penguins unable to stop the centre pass. Quick turn, 5 metre.
Okay. So Violet Perry to Malia Jofferson. Good defence across that far side of the pool though. And almost forces the turnover. But Josephine will retain possession. She has a little bit of a shot. Again, that is just good pressure. Good pressure from the Northern Albatross. And they now find Millie Quinn. Tennis Caitlin Howarth. This is Quinn. And now the Bernadette Doyle. Does she have a wee look? No. It goes back. In fact, Claudia Morgan now again looking. What do they get? The exclusion comes, the shot comes. Goes wide though.
The Penguins are back playing the zone defence in front of the centre.
Emily Nicholson causing all sorts of problem in the middle of the pool. In centre forward and the number 2 cap for the Albatross. Go across the pool. So Jess Shorter-Robinson into the game in the number 11 cap. Finds Evie Mills. But having to press forward on both these players. Forcing, nice entry pass, shot comes. Unlucky, almost made something out of nothing. And now, other end, this is the speed, this is the danger of the Albatross. They can just play with so much. Bernadette Doyle scores at the other end. And I've got to say at the moment, I think the difference between the two teams might just be fitness. What a quality player she is.
She read that play really well. You know, the clock's winding down, 2, 3, and she's off.
So Jess Aitken coming forward, finds Eve Weston. But again, look at that just press defence there from Caitlin Howarth. They do retain possession, however, the Penguins. And now the little entry pass, they look for the shot. What do the referees say? No, great water polo, great defence from both Millie Quinn and Claudia Morgan. And we're about to see a replay of the last goal scoring opportunity for the Northern Albatross. Once again, they just seem to have more time The shot comes this time. Good save from Josie Persico.
Great block. The zone seems to be working for them.
So Caitlin Houth gets play back underway. Bernadette Doyle. Well, lovely entry pass, great water polo, brilliant once again. Emily Nicholson at centre forward. Well, they well and truly had her marked, but just such wonderful athleticism, great timing on the entry pass, great shot, and there's now 11 goals to 2, somewhat of a demolition. And Jess Aitken goes to Eve Weston. Weston searching. She's got Ella Pollock there in the middle. Pollock with the ball. Entry pass comes. The shot comes. Very good save, though, from Samantha Bright. Millie Quinn. Number 5. It is Quinn. In fact, Claudia Morgan, Quinn outside of her. Sometimes just difficult picking up the caps. And so Persico, I think will probably just be happy to slow things down a little bit at the moment. Come up. And Ella Pollock. Again, that press defence coming up on Pollock though. And next turnover, so chance once again. Down that side, Bernadette Doyle in control at the moment. Does she go on her own? This could be great water polo. It is great water polo. Brilliant reading. Well done between Bernadette Doyle and Millie Quinn. Well, Doyle down that right-hand side, came in on the angle, drew the defenders across. It opened the door. And Millie Quinn, simply too good.
Once again, the Albatross running that fast break on both wings. Unstoppable.
Great speed. So, Jess Aitken in 5 to Eve Weston. But look at that defence from Olivia Pickering, the number 11 cap. And they turn it over again. Almost unforced. Happy to slow it down. So, Claudia Morgan goes back, finds Pickering. Pickering happy just to set it back up. Millie Quinn again goes long. And chance comes. Brilliant water polo again. Just a total team effort. Great cohesion. And you just wonder, fatigue is starting to set in for the Central Southern Penguins. 13 goals to 2.
The Penguins, they really need to keep the ball safe. They have been turning it over from the perimeter, and the Albatross punishing with fast breaks.
So Evie Mills to Violet Perry. Perry plays down the right-hand side through Ella Pollock. Pollock looks for the entry pass and finds Annabelle Norris. Norris this time. The shot must come. Surely they should score from here if she gets up nicely, but a very good save once again from Samantha Bright.
Excellent block. She was able to maintain her composure after 3 balks. Evie Mills balked 2 or 3 times.
Driving forward, Katie McGinty. Big long pass out to the left to Kate Henderson. Henderson looks for the entry pass, but well picked off, well read indeed. Is it by Bella Morrison, I think, in the middle of the pool.
Good steal there by the Penguins.
Now, chance here. They need to take their opportunity. They look for it, but just wayward shooting. Lack of cohesion. Had both Annabelle Norris and Malaya Jofferson there. 2 centre forwards couldn't capitalise. Now a chance comes for Ella Pollock. Pollock has the shot, but gets across beautifully. Samantha Bright. Good block. Good goalkeeping. 2 minutes 14 remain in this third quarter. Oh, again, outstanding water polo. Lovely entry pass, and on that occasion it was Kate Henderson who just swiveled and turned.
Another great Senegal. Their backhand's just on fire.
It's a game, isn't it, where you just can never stop for one moment. It's expect the unexpected, because the little shots out of the back of the hand, remarkable.
They are, yes. And normally when you're playing centre back, when you're defending it, you try to give them that option. But, you know, for the purpose of the goalkeeper reading it easily, but it's just too quick.
Not a lot of love lost there between Kate Henderson and Jess Shorter-Robertson. But look at the speed in which this Northern Albatross break out. Happy through Millie Quinn. He's got Katie McGinty there on the number 8 cap at the top of the perimeter. But she'll go across and find the unmarked Olivia Pickering. Pickering gets worked over by Ella Pollock. And now Kate Henderson with the ball. And just going to ring some changes. Timeout, in fact. So timeout has been called. And this time it will be Angie Winstanley. Opportunity to make some changes. What will she be wanting? What has she noticed?
I think she wants to practice. It's probably something particular. I'm probably thinking she's not trying to increase the lead. It's more about just calling the troops in, having a breather and talking through the move. And it's a good opportunity for coaches to practice a man-up situation in a game-like scenario.
Yeah, training's one thing, isn't it? But you've got to actually do it. The only thing that simulates a game is a game. And at the other end of it, I mean, this game is well and truly gone for the Central Southern Penguins. So what are they wanting to try and achieve over the next, say, 9 minutes?
I think they should practice for next weekend and maybe try to come up with a formation that works for them defensively.
Okay, just even work on communication, because it is one of the big challenges, particularly for those hybrid teams out of the south, getting time together. And again, what is the referee rule? So, no.
Seemed to be a turnover foul.
Turnover foul, so straight away. Chance here. Evie Mills brings the ball forward. Finds Malia Jofferson. Nice entry pass, good opportunity to score here. Good defence. What do the referees say, though?
Ball under.
So, ball under. So, the attacking player, the centre forward, pushing the ball under to avoid losing the ball. Sometimes more intuitive rather than deliberate. And the shot comes at the other end. Good block, though, from Josie Persico. I've actually been impressed by Persico. She hasn't had a lot of help at times.
That's right, she's done well. She read it really well, kicked up quite high and covered that near corner.
Eve Weston, number 6 cap. Good defence, better effort, but wide once again. Another wasted opportunity. 14-2 remains the score.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
10 seconds, they look to try and go long. Opportunity, the door is open. Is there a zone there that they can come through? A channel perhaps, the shot does come, quality and class. Open on the left-hand side, but decided to go through the door that was narrowly open on the right. And was that Bernadette Doyle again? Possibly Millie Quinn. Bernadette Doyle, in fact, so that will bring the third quarter to an end. So just 8 minutes remain. That is the Central Southern Penguins in a world of trouble here, trailing 15 goals to 2. I guess the thing for the Northern Albatross too, when you get up by this, that I like the fact that Angie Winstanley calls that timeout, because one thing they probably want to do now is maintain that shape. Don't become about individuals. Don't move away from your game plan. Stick to what you're doing. Let's focus for the full 32 minutes, because next week it's only going to get tougher.
That's correct. As I said earlier, it's the perfect opportunity. You've got a game that's televised, the players are under pressure. You know, it's a perfect setup here at Auckland Dio. The stage is set. what a better way to improve your team and your performance.
So this is the venue. And then we will have another change in goal. So we'll have Isla Martin-Hill coming in for Samantha Bright. So good rotation by the Northern Albatross in terms of their 2 world-class goalkeepers. But the venue is Diocesan School for Girls in Newmarket in Auckland. Got another game still to come just before 2 o'clock this afternoon. We've got the New Zealand Premier Junior Women. A high-performance initiative, some of the best young talent in the country coming up against the might of the Auckland Goals. And this should be an absolute battle. The goals, well, they're based predominantly around the North Harbour Club. But there is some just incredible talent on display. I'm looking forward to watching Morgan McDowell. Just a superstar in the making for the New Zealand junior women. Emerson Houghton. Bella Broadmoor on the Auckland Goals side. Gabby Milicic. Star-studded game to look forward to. And now Eve Weston here for the Central Southern Penguins, looking to good freestyle, nice high arm turnover, kick comes into play, and big clash, but the Northern Albatross come away with it through Katie McGinty. Looks for Millie Quinn down the left side, does she? No, just lays it off, in fact.
Back to their zone defence, the Penguins.
Yeah, they look better when they're in a zone defence. Now the shot comes over the top. Good effort from Claudia Morgan. Persico. Straight up to Weston. Weston brings it forward. Options are not there. Evie Mills. They look to work her over. Mills, quick pass, finds Weston. Weston with the entry pass, the shot comes. Boy, Bella Morrison, she's a danger. Ball back through Mills. Malaya Jefferson with the shot and she scores, so it's been a long time coming. But it's Josephine with the long range shot, just pulled the trigger, plenty of velocity.
The Albatross goalies have been doing really well. It's quite hard for the goalkeepers to be swapped every quarter. They seem to be coping really well. Just on that occasion, I think Malia Josephson's pause, she slightly held the shot back, just managed to get it through the line.
Yeah, and I think it's also tough coming in and out. Your nervous system's up, then suddenly your nervous system's down. You sort of, lose your feel a little bit. Bernadette Doyle. And again, another very good scoring opportunity from Millie Quinn. And Claudia Morgan now with the ball. Goes back, Doyle. Looks for the entry pass in. Good defence though. What do the referees say? Did they draw the exclusion? They do. So it's 6 on 5. And then they turn over possession. So that'll be frustrating. So Jess Aitken now in the pool for the Central Southern Penguins, brings the ball forward, Malaya Jefferson. So Malia, she's been a quality player. Again, looking for Morrison in the middle of the pool. And Morrison now just trying to move forward. And the shot comes this time just wide. Again, better. Straight back onto defence as Millie Quinn. Good patient play here. And looks for the shot. Slightly ambitious from Millie Quinn. But they pick up the corner.
Josie Persico managed to come over and block the shot.
And they go wide. In fact, happy to go through. Lovely little entry pass. Good defence though, looking for Emily Nicholson, but well read at the back there. And I think that might have been Jess Aitken in the number 5 cap.
Good steal by Weston.
And now Weston.
Bella Morrison in the centre position again.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to need to go long. It's going to be a desperation shot. Looks for the lob. Almost gets away with it. But again, you've got to just put it down to very good defence from the Northern Albatross. Southern Penguins just don't appear to have the options or the ability to execute any sort of game plan at the moment. And that's a very good shot from Caitlin Howarth. So scoring from everywhere. And another timeout. It's being called again by Angie Winstanley.
Great shot by the Albatross. Catch and shoot, top corner. Great composure. Megan Thompson calling the timeout. The Albatross are defending particularly well. They forced the ball on the right-hand side, and the Penguins are left with a few seconds on the shot clock and trying to shoot from positions where it's really difficult to score from.
So there you go. Our analysis has been brought to you by Albatross, the head coach for our New Zealand men's team. Lovely to have him alongside of us, breaking this game down for you, because there is so much that does go on. Like most sports at the highest level, it's so much greater than the sum of its parts. So many little subtleties. Zone defences, pressing defence. And so Persico, 4 minutes 48 remain. Chance here through Annabelle Norris. Norris with the shot, and she gets through. Samantha Bright. And it was Violet Perry. So 16-5 now the score. Almost coming forward in a V-type formation. Looking for that entry pass and deciding to go wide initially through Caitlin Howarth. Got two centre forwards, but they're heavily marked at the moment. Now, nice entry pass. Can they get the shot on turns? Good block. Good block. Good defence. That time from Eve Weston.
Good defending by the Penguins. I think they can build on this. Scored a goal after a timeout. They need to stay focused.
Ella Pollock with the ball. Just throws the little fake. Looks for that pass to Morrison. Now Pollock back. Does she look to pull the trigger? She does with a little lob shot, but no real angle or velocity on that, and easily picked up by Samantha Bright. And a goal at the other end, is it? It happened so quickly. And now 17-4.
Bernie Doyle again, fast break, spin move, finishing with a strong shot to the near corner.
So Eve Weston. Look at the aggression and a wayward pass, Jofferson.
Good press defence here.
Violet Perry getting a lot of pressure put on her by Olivia Pickering. But look at that, just maintaining great shape at the back. And the shot clock runs out, turnover in possession, and immediately onto attack they go, using their speed, maybe a little bit more youthful exuberance. To the middle of the pool. Looks for the entry pass. What do the referees say? So come back through Olivia Pickering. They retain possession, the Albatross, so it is an exclusion, 6-on-5. They really do want to try and score from this. This is what Angie Winstanley will be looking to try and work on. She knows the game's been won, but those 6-on-5 scenarios. But Central Southern Penguins reading that offence well.
Good block by Violet Perry. Now bringing the ball up. Looking for a centre pass. She scored a great goal earlier.
And Jess Aitken. Aitken finds Ella Pollock. Pollock looks for the little entry pass in. And Bailey Reddish getting worked over. Good defence again coming from Olivia Pickering and Benny Catlin. And now Olivia Pickering. Oh, this is good play. Great entry pass. The shot surely must come. Can they score from here? Bernadette Doyle. And now Sarah Stewart. But they turn the possession over. Might have been Kate Henderson there in the middle at centre forward. Just hard to pick up some of the numbers sometimes. So Violet Perry. Happy to find Jess Aitken. Aitken surveys her options. Somewhat ambitious in terms of an entry pass, looking for Ella Pollock. And what do the referees say?
She was inside the 6 metre zone. If you're fouled inside the 6 metre zone, you can't shoot a goal. If you're outside, you can. I think she thought there was no foul and she took it.
Okay, so another timeout being called. I like this from Angie Winstanley-Smith. Happy to use her timeouts, asking and demanding excellence. We've got a really important week next week, hopefully finals the week following. We don't have a lot of time together. Let's get it right. Equally at the other end, for Megan Thompson, maybe a chance to blood some of her younger talent.
This will be a 6-on-6 attack. Let's see what the Albatross come up with after that timeout.
So, goes to 9. Oh, just too easy in the finish, isn't it, really, for Caitlin Howarth. Kate Henderson working well together. Started out on the perimeter and really it was just a big wide open channel.
It looked like the Penguins haven't rearranged themselves after the timeout. They were too late coming in. And
they just don't seem to quite appear to have this that explosiveness, that energy at the moment, do they? So Malia Jefferson, she's been brilliant all day. Certainly can't criticise her all-round performance. She's a busy player. Great example of it again here with the ball. What does she do? She's got, oh, great little entry pass. Great little fake, and then with the entry pass in, looking for Bella Morrison. And
Emily Nicholson excluded. Great turn by Bella Morrison.
Yeah, and now chance here. Looking for it. The shot comes. Better water polo. That's much better. And it is Eve Weston this time. Use Violet Perry well on that outside.
Nice pass to the
in fact, Jess
centre.
Shorter-Robinson involved in that play. So, good work. They did have the man-up situation.
They did, and they shifted the ball to the right. Great pass to the middle of the field. Eve Weston kicking up high, catching and shooting. Good finish.
Oh. It's quality and class. Bernadette Doyle. She's got all the moves.
Another exclusion from
Almost.
the Penguins.
Almost an illusionist with the way she can fake and shimmy, and you think she's going to do one thing and does another thing with so much ease. Another very good shot, almost too easy though.
Millie Quinn.
Millie Quinn on that left-hand side. Really, you just get a sense that the Central Southern Penguins have just run out of steam a little bit. 10 seconds, they'll be the last team really with a scoring opportunity. 19-5 is the score. But immediately, Emily Nicholson moves forward, puts plenty of pressure. And now the long shot, and it is over the top, and it is all over. And it is the Northern Albatross who will win this game comfortably over the Central Southern Penguins. 19 goals to 5 in this round 2 New Zealand Water Polo Premier League match. Zoli Barros really, other than maybe the first half of the first quarter, it's been one-way traffic.
It has. The first quarter was really, really good for the Penguins, 4-2. And then they were unable to stay in the game. They got burnt on the fast breaks. And you know, for me as a coach, it always comes down to defence.
defence, but can we put it down to fitness? Can we put it down to conditioning? Or is it just simply tactics?
It's a combination of all the above, but more importantly, I think fitness. Those wing players for the Albatross were extremely fast, and the Penguins couldn't stop the fast breaks. Nearly every attack was a fast break, and it's exhausting defending that.
Okay, so we will go inside both teams and get a reaction. Kurt Goldsworthy will do those interviews shortly. I just want to preview quickly the game coming up at 5 minutes to 2 this afternoon. We've got the New Zealand Premier Junior Women up against the Auckland Gulls. Experience versus youthful exuberance.
That's right. I mean, if you look at the Auckland Gulls lineup, they've got some super experienced players there who've played water polo internationally.
Libby Galt, Gabby Milicic,
Emerson Houghton,
Bella Broadmoor.
Combination of Marist and Waitakere players, very, very strong. Ella Harford and Chelsea Oliver, the two goalkeepers. I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that as well. So we are just standing by for some reaction from both teams. It'll be interesting to see, in terms of the Central Southern Penguins, what they possibly can take out of this game and what that difference might have been. But certainly a big difference. You can't sort of fluke your way to 19 goals. Luck doesn't allow you to score 19 goals. Class, good offence, good discipline allows you to score 19 goals. Okay, let's go to Kurt Goldsworthy, who is standing by.
Hi, I've got Megan Thompson, coach for the Penguins. Tough day in the office today against a well-drilled Northern team.
Yeah, it was. We talked a lot before the game about controlling the things we can control. Obviously, we're a team pulled together from different clubs in the South Island, and just the intensity, our communication, and I think we stepped up, especially in that first quarter from last week. But definitely, things to work on.
Absolutely. I thought there was some good improvements. Score probably didn't reflect the game differences.
I think ours is that last 5 or 10%. I think that moving off the ball, and we did a lot of the times we're shooting after we'd had the ball for 5 or 10 seconds instead of moving without the ball, so we can shoot that off the pass. And just a little bit slow to react on defence, and it's a goal.
Work-ons for next week, and how's the team travelling?
I think we're setting lots of goals about things we can control and individual improvements that we can make. I think we've definitely got room for improvement, so we can take another step towards that next week. I think the finishing, taking a little bit more time and just a little bit better options. But I thought we created a lot of opportunities, so just finishing them next week, and a few more to us and a few less to them.
Thank you, Megan. Best of luck next week. Back to you.
Okay, thank you. So just the one interview today. So Zoli Barros, lovely having you on commentary.
Thank you very much.
You enjoying the coaching side of it on the men's side? You've had 2 wins so far, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
Only picked up the 2 points yesterday, though.
We did, yes. So it's still open.
It's still open?
We have to win against the juniors next week to secure a spot in the final.
Which won't be easy.
It won't be easy, but I know we can do it, and I will push my team to do it.
Okay, so on behalf of myself and our national men's head coach, Zoli Barros, it's been a privilege and a pleasure bringing you this round 2 New Zealand Water Polo Premier League women's game between the Central Southern Penguins and the Northern Albatross. Congratulations to the Albatross, but don't go away. Coming up around at 5 minutes to 2 this afternoon, we bring you our second game, the New Zealand Premier Junior Women taking on the Auckland Gulls. It's been a privilege and a pleasure.